when silence is strength. We live in a time where people feel pressure to respond to everything. If someone insults you, you are told to answer back. If someone disrespects you, you're told to defend yourself right away. Silence, it gets called weak. But the Bible says something different. Proverbs 19:11 says, "A person's wisdom gives them patience. It is to their honor to overlook an offense." That verse is not teaching a person to be passive. It is teaching us to be wise. Now let's consider this. Overlooking is not being passive. Overlooking is not being passive. To overlook an insult does not mean you did not notice it. It means you noticed it and you chose not to react. A wise person sees the insult. A wise person feels the sting. But a wise person decides, this is not going to control me, or this is not going to have control over me. Anyone can react. Wisdom chooses when to respond and when not to. Being provoked is not the same as being right. Being provoked is not the same as being right. Many insults are meant to provoke you. They are bait. They are meant to pull you into something beneath you. The Bible warns us about being easily provoked. It says, anger stays close to foolish people. Anger stays close to foolish people. That means if I react to everything, I give people power over me. Wisdom says, I will not let your words control my behavior. Now, let us consider psychology. What does it have to say? Psychology teaches us something simple, that is self-control. Self-control means you can feel something without acting on it right away. When someone insults you, your body reacts fast. Your heart speeds up. Your thoughts rush. You want to say something back. Wisdom slows the moment down. Overlooking an insult is not pretending it did not hurt. It is choosing not to let the hurt turn into harm. Now, I would like to share what I learned from one of my friends that is a psychology professor. He once shared with me, when an insult makes you very angry, it is often worth pausing to ask why. That doesn't mean that the insult is true, and it does not mean mistreatment should be accepted. It simply means the words may have touched something sensitive, unresolved, or something that's important. Wisdom does not rush to defend. Wisdom reflects first. Instead of asking, how do I respond? Wisdom says, why did this affect me like that? Now, let us consider what sociology has to say in regards to this. How does it help us to understand? Sociology shows us that many insults are about power. Some people insult others to feel bigger. Some do this to test limits. When you react right away, you step into their trap. But when you stay calm, you send a message without saying a word. You don't control me. That's when you don't react or overreact. You can communicate with them this, you don't control me. That is why the Bible says overlooking an offense brings honor. People respect those who are not easily shaken. Sometimes, hear me well, sometimes silence is the strongest response. Sometimes silence is the strongest response. In some situations, silence is the best response. Silence doesn't mean you agree. It doesn't mean you are afraid. It means you are in control. Silence keeps you from saying something you will regret. Silence gives wisdom time to catch up with emotion. Some arguments lose power when nobody argues back. Wisdom knows about timing. Wisdom knows about timing. Paul says something important in the New Testament. He said that even when something is allowed, it may not be helpful. In other words, just because you can say something doesn't mean it's wise to say it now. The issue may be real, but the timing may be wrong. Sometimes addressing it too soon pulls you back into an old version of yourself, puts you in front of the wrong people, or turns a small moment into a bigger problem. Silence is not denial. Silence is delay for wisdom's sake. I would like to share this story that I learned. There was a story about a young lawyer, a young attorney, who was often spoken to without respect. Instead of complaining, instead of arguing or demanding recognition, he stayed focused on his work and let his job do the talking. Years later, he was elevated to a judgeship, and the same people who once spoke down to him now had to address him as your honor. He did not talk his way into respect. Time, character, and calling took care of it. Sometimes God fixes things better than we ever could. Sometimes God fixes things better than we ever could. In closing, let me say it simply. A foolish person reacts. A weak person stays silent out of fear. A wise person knows the difference. Wisdom does not respond to everything. It responds to what matters. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is to stay quiet. Stay steady and let your life speak for you. That's not weakness. That is wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking the time to review this teaching, and I hope and pray that something was said in this video that can be useful or that you can employ in your daily interactions. May God bless you, and may God keep you, and may his light forever shine upon you.